and he's only there on Saturdays and Sundays. And he's got a whole table out there. There's only 3 of them. Only 3 places I have been to that actually have good food.
This is one of them?
Yeah, this is one of them. I do like the one by my house because they have brisket. I haven't seen brisket on this one right here.
Yeah, this is just the basics.
Yeah, yeah, that one that was by my house has brisket, and so is that other one on Beach Boulevard has brisket. Yeah, but the burritos on Beach Boulevard, nut truck, are like this, and like that, for $15. Can't beat it. Yeah. All right, you guys have a good one. I'll see you around.
Is it Taco Way?
Talking
tacos. I'm trying to look at it. I put best tacos in town.
Put best food in town. Best food in town chocolate truck or something like that. Just put best food in town chocolate truck Beach Boulevard. It might pop up on there. But I know it's on Instagram too. I know they have an Instagram. No, that's Huntington Beach. Maybe their truck's not marked it on Google.
Maybe. Look up Beach Boulevard. It could be easy to find.
Yeah, just look up on. I know they have an Instagram.
Okay.
Their Instagram's like the best food in town. Something like that. Yeah, it's they're gonna be down there until like about I think like 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So they're pretty cool. But they don't have a setup like this, like your table and all that. They just have a big giant truck sitting there.
So you where you can.
Yeah. All right, you guys have a good one. I'll see you. Yep, that's only 3 trucks I bought, but seriously, man. Right here by Nice Guy. That one on Beach Boulevard, and the one by my house. The Golden Nuts. The whole stand. I'm not gonna buy from anybody else because the food just tastes nasty. Especially on the Harbor and 17th. Oh, that was so terrible of a taco I had there. And all the other ones I've been to, it hasn't been that good. The one by my house is awesome. The one on the beach is awesome. The one right here, by the Nice Guys, is really good. They're all about the same price, 13, 14, 15 bucks for a taco. For a big fat burrito. Taco wise, right back there, those are $2. And then tacos over there off of Beach Boulevard, those are $2 also. Tacos by my house, $3. Which actually ain't too bad, but I mean $3 to $2 for a taco is fine. And 13 to 12 to 10 and 15 for burritos. Depends on medium size and regular size and super size, whichever one you want to go with. I was just telling them about the super ones, so I know the super ones over there on Beach Boulevard. Those things are huge. It took me 3 settings to get that thing finished, and I was amazed. I was too full. Even this one right here will take me 2 settings. I don't want to go for 3 settings tonight. I don't want to do that. I mean, if I wanted to do that, I would have been down to Beach Boulevard and something to get it done. Which I was ready to, but I was just like, I'm not going to buy that much food again and put it in my backpack and do it again like that. And another way, I kind of want to. I should have just said, forget it, and now Beach did it. Because Beach Boulevard's got bigger burritos. But these ones are just a little bit smaller, same price. You know, it's a medium-sized burrito, which is cool. I'm fine with that. same price, medium size, whatever, you know. And anyways, but back here on the ride, I've been talking tremendously a lot about how much the whole YouTube has changed for me, and other things that have been happening to me throughout the whole years. And like the thing I've been trying to do for this video and also the evening videos is I took off the cushion part where the mic goes, and I want to see how good it sounds without that cushion part on there. So if it sounds super awesome without the cushion part on there, I may never put the cushion back on, because you guys can hear me now just clearly without that cushion. If it's going to work out like that, I'm not sure how it's going to work out, and I'm not even sure what's going to happen without that cushion on there. I'm just going wild on just trying to do things now. So we got some there. Somebody else had food back there. That's what that was. Whoa! You guys are talking here, man. Shit you back right up. You guys are looking at the sky. You guys enjoy the sky? There you go. I don't want you guys to enjoy the sky. I want you guys to enjoy the road. What is going on? The road today. So today was just a gnarly Friday. Serious, it was just gnarly. So busy at my job that things got a little complicated. You ever get that situation where you're so busy and things become a little complicated to handle? I'm pretty sure everyone has. And something just slips out wrong when you're trying to talk to somebody, and you're trying to remember things, and you're trying to get things basically set up for yourself or whatever you're doing. And when you're explaining something to somebody about something that had happened, or current events and whatever like that, and you try to think of the right words to put down inside your reports or whatever you guys do, it's just sometimes life is confusing, and things can get confused when you think you have everything right and you're saying everything right, and something doesn't fall in place correctly when you're trying to tell them a correctly thing, or you're trying to write it down correctly, or you're trying to speak it correctly, or you're trying to figure out what to say before you say it and get that correct thing out, and you just accidentally blur something out. Well, that has happened to me plenty of times, and today was like unreal of experiences, because I went to work and something had to happen and I had to go take care of it. And it was like the guy that asked me to come over to take care of it, he goes, "You're late." I'm late? I just clocked in. How can I be late? Was my perception. And I told him exactly what time I get in. And everything else. And I asked him why he didn't treat me like that. And then he starts doing something out of this world, bro. Recording me, what I'm saying. I mean, that's just kind of crazy stuff, bro. You don't like do that to somebody that actually is taking control or is supposed to take control of the situation that's on the outside of somebody else's situation. They don't even work there. They work someplace else. And this guy's telling me this. They may work within the area, but they don't work for who I work for. And they don't know my hours, or what time I come in, what time I get off duty, how long I get in the airport, or anything. And him telling me that I'm late when I actually was on time. Uh-oh. You know, this is not right. This is not right. I'm saying, oh yeah, you're late. When actually you were fine. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, to get from one spot to another spot. You know, you can't just like fly through and not hoping you get hit by a car or something like that. You know. You can't be in all places at the same time. That's the whole thing. And they expect you to be in all places at the same time. We can't see everything at the same time. I can be clearly across the street and be looking over here to where we are at and maybe see something. But clearly across down the way, if I was standing by the light like that, I didn't see the curve because I was paying attention to something else. Exactly. So if I was standing down there by the green light over there that you guys can barely see, and look down this way, as dark as it is, I couldn't see everything that was happening. I couldn't tell you everything that was happening. Because if there was something else in the way to look over here, I couldn't really see unless I moved around. And plus, on top of that too, I have a lot of things in front of me before you even looking at, like, example, like green light. Or like even seeing that curve back there. I have a tremendous pile of things on, you know, in front of me. And I didn't see that curve because I wasn't even paying attention. But see, that's the whole thing. You have so much things in front of you and so many things on your mind at the same time. That's where things become complicated, because you are trying to remember things that are going on, and you are trying to explain things that are going on, and you say something that sounds like something else. For example, like shopping cart and car. Okay, so that was one thing. Shopping cart and car. Okay, they both have the same exact, like, cart and car. Right there. That's the exact same word. Cart, card. It almost sounds the same. And people can get that mixed up very simply, you know. And saying one thing to another thing. It's just that crazy. Okay, so we are down here off of Harbor and McFadden, and I am going to just drop the situation of things that are going on, because it's just was one heck of a day, seriously. And now it's just me trying to get done with the week and get home, relax, have my day off, and have my break time out of here. What is going on with this car? Why are we going so slow? Why is it going so slow? Why is that vehicle going so slow? What was happening there? Oh, he's fighting with the lady inside the car. Oh, she's getting out. Oh, wow. Crazy. Me queda mucho en loco la cabeza. Something happened to where she's got upset and said, "Let me out." And he is cruising around and going into that parking lot after he let her out, dude. That is nuts. This girl is just gone. Okay, he's got three-wheeler scooter. And they're just chilling. Alright, so we are not too much further from First Street and Harbor Boulevard. I see tons of lights up here. What is going on up here? I see a lot of lights. Why do I see a lot of lights? Lights behind me, lights behind me. Is that all traffic lights or is that vehicle lights? What is that? Okay, it's all vehicle lights. The thing that always worries me about Orange County, all the years I've been out here, which is practically almost all my life, not completely almost all my life, but almost all my life, but the weirdest thing is, it's like this place never sleeps. Seriously, I can be out here from the break of dawn in the morning, from the break of the morning, when the sunset comes up, all the way up until, again, of the next day, and still see lots of homeless on the streets, and lots of cars, or vehicles, you want to put it. And it's like, Orange County never sleeps. Just like Vegas never sleeps. And a lot of other towns never sleep. I mean, it just can't be to where you're going to walk outside and there's going to be nobody there. Nobody around. It's going to be a ghost town. It's not going to be like that out here. At all. There's only a few places that I lived in my whole life to where I could say it was a ghost town at nighttime. And those places were actually really good for me to grow up in. I kind of want to go back to some of those places and see how they look nowadays. And see what's going on nowadays in those towns I used to live in, like Beaumont, Banning, Riverside County alone, well, yes, I do want to go back to, for some reason I do want to go back to the place that I was already at once for my vacation, which is Oroville and Berry Creek. I loved it. For my vacation, I loved to go see. You know, I want to go adventure all my old towns I used to live in with my dad, and see if I can find anything, and see if I can remember anything, and see if anything comes back to my memory. You know, like when we lived up in Big Bear inside the cabin, I would love to see that come back in my memory. Yes, this was a spot. Yes, that is, you know, the cabin. That I would love to see come back in my memory all my life. You know, I'm waiting for tons of things and have been through tons of things. That would be one of my mind memories that I would like to have come back to me when we lived out in Ukaipa, and when we lived out in Big Bear, and when we lived out in Banning, and when we lived out in Beaumont. Vegas, no, not too much of Vegas. I do remember, but I remember some of Vegas when we lived out in Vegas. Fixing something on my bike right now. I almost lost my phone case again. I need to buy a new one. New phone case, holder, bag, whatever this thing is. I'm always almost like losing it. Pull that one down like that, I guess. But yeah, I would definitely love to go back to like cities and states that I have been to and lived in my life back when I was a young kid, and also back when I took my big adventure of being a runaway at 18. Like I told you guys, 18 years old runaway. Seriously, 18-year-old runaway. Straight never came back to my dad's house after 18. And been through a lot. Stayed in a lot of places. Only because I was just trying to figure out, where do I want to live in my life? Where do I want to be in my life? And I know at a young age I did say something to myself, and that is where I wanted to live. But I did want to experience like other places, and I did live in those other places before time too. And only like a few of them, like around that me and my dad lived in. So I mean, like the ones that me and my dad never lived in, that I visit by myself, I definitely would want to go back to Salt Lake, Utah. For number one. For number two, I would want to go back to Chicago and see how it is. And for number three, area of out of state wise, I have never been there, but I would want to go there, and I still want to go there. There's someplace in the UK, like Germany or something like that, you know, just France, whatever, and just see how it is, you know. But like places I have stayed at before, like I said, Beaumont, Banning, Riverside County alone, and Oroville. Yes, I know those places are really good. I've been there before, and I've been to Salt Lake, Utah before. I would like to go back there, and also would like to go back to Chicago, Illinois, and just check it out, you know, and just chill and adventure those areas again, because I used to live in those areas, and now the world is so much different. I'm hearing that there is a humongously amount of fans of my music in Germany. Why would I not want to go to Germany, experience Germany, and knowing there's a humongous amount of fans in Germany that love my music? Why would I not want to go there if there's a humongous part of that? What are they doing over in this parking lot, dude? This parking lot across, there's like a group of homeless Hispanics, and they just lit a whole cardboard on fire. And now I gotta fix this bag again. This is unreal. This bag is so much doing that to me. So you guys can go ahead and look at them, enjoying that for a little bit time. Let me straighten this out again somehow here, so hoping it doesn't fall apart again. Why is it still falling apart like this? Okay. So yeah, across the way over there, I don't know if you can see them that well on the camera, but they just lit like a big giant piece of cardboard on fire and then put it out really super quick. And they're laughing about it. I don't know if that's a laughing matter or not, but that's what they were doing. So here we are on 4th Street and heading down to Bolsa, and we're gonna head down all the way down to Chestnut Street. Let's see what's going on here down through tonight. And I know there's just like a tremendous amount of things in my head that pop up tonight. And I want to get to the weekend. I'm going to have a relaxing weekend and start over again and do a whole other week and keep on going. You know, there's a lot of things that I have in my mind right now just to, you know, pay things off and figure out a way to get things paid off. Place of living and everything else. I am a 50-year-old man, and a guy that's like 23 or maybe 40, or not even that, is sitting here in front of me trying to make a joke out of it, saying that I was late when I was on time. I mean, it's just like, why would somebody do that to somebody? You know, the guy doesn't know my job. The guy doesn't know what time I get in. And he's saying that to me because of something that's happening. And I just barely came on duty. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, I'm dropping that subject now. And I'm going to get to the good things of life right now of the subject. So like I've been trying to put out there for the longest time ever, is please check out my eBay, support me as best as you can, because constantly, day by day, I'm running into these communication failures and communication confusions daily, and I just try to make things right for people, and I just try to, you know, obey everything that God tells me to obey, and obey everything I should be obeying, and things are just falling out here and there, left and right, some right, some wrong, some things bad, some things good, and we're all going to go through that in life, no matter what. But we still gotta believe in the guy above, you know. And I'm making this big giant prayer to myself. push, I'm